wonder if you can hear the waves lapping the shore. I'm back in Shasta after a week away, spending time with some more amazing mountains and rocks in Sedona. I'm very happy that the skies are blue, the rains came while I was away and helped with some of the fires that were close by. I think more will be erupting on the personal level and the community level and the global level soon. And though I'm not ripe for a super-centered message, I thought I would make contact and reveal more of my process in hopes that it might be helpful for someone out there going through transitions. So many transitions are happening with work, with children, with relationship, with friendships, with living situations, creative situations. Nature is here supporting this message. It's a really special time of day, and the sun is setting and the wind is blowing. I hope you can feel some of that energy. I was thinking about the universe and the spiral shape, and how we might say, oh, they were in a downward spiral. You know what that means. But everything is spiraling, as it should. And I had a friend that broke up with me this past week via email, a very close soul friend. The subject line said, letting go. I received the email at the beginning of a girls' trip that I was on, so it gave it quite a different flavor. And though it is good that we are separating our friendship, the formality of the separation caught me by surprise. A breakup letter. And if we're going to be intimate with anyone, we will eventually face ourselves in the reflection of them. We will project onto them. They will mirror back for us what is ours. And so, in the intimacy of our friendship, I turned into a devil. I turned into a demon for this sacred sister. And it's not the first time that I've turned into a demon for someone, but it always surprises me when that happens. And in their perception and perspective, I can have compassion for that and see how they come up with that story based on their own traumas. But it always leaves me feeling a bit heartbroken and sad and hurt, because I yearn to live from a wholehearted, compassionate, loving place. And I love traveling in the darkness. There's so much strength in the darkness. I've made a career of meeting people in death and in the dying process. It's a very shadowy place. But in the healing process, it's shadowy too. It's just that we don't think about it that way. So your most intimate relationships have the propensity to turn. And if we are not ready to be accountable or responsible for owning our traumas and upsets, then the people that are there in the darkness with us will carry that and show that and shine that, which is confronting, I think, for them as well. So I'm in the grieving period after having celebrated some great healings in my Sedona trip, which I will make another video because there's something quite special I'd like to share, but this is not the time for that. I hadn't been doing breath work for about 2 weeks because Jason had taken some time off, and I was just bubbling over when I came home. My sweet husband was doing his best job to ride the emotional waves that were spilling out, and last night in my first breathwork class in weeks. I just cried the entire time and let myself cry and let myself sob and cry and grieve and mourn the loss of this connection and the way we disconnected, grieving that too. So permission granted to feel. Please feel. Whatever you're feeling, make a safe space for it, ask for safe space for it. There are a lot of relationships that are unraveling, that are spiraling, as they should, as we should, as everything in nature does. And you are natural. And we are all moving at our own pace, in our own way, in our own unique direction. To trust that, to trust the unraveling, your unraveling, my unraveling, this friend's unraveling. To trust the nature of the spiral, that it's perfect. And though this life is filled with pain and strife and struggle, anxiety and tensions, this is a beautiful life. It is finished in beauty. It is finished in beauty. So I'm at the lake today, just getting some Mother Nature energy, some nurturing energy to soothe those parts of me that feel like a teenage girl who's lost another friend in a confusing and sad way. And it's painful and important when these triggers come up because they highlight the areas in me that need care and need attention, need compassion and presence and, have I said tenderness? So as tender as I feel, as tender as you might feel, that is the medicine. Tenderness is what you need. So a prayer of tenderness for all the relationships that are shifting. And I know there are so many. That you may feel cared for in the shifting, and that you may find the center in your own being. Find the center and the truth of your heart, and let yourself feel your way back to wellness, to well-being. Listening also on this walk, just before I stopped to do this, a song called Forgiveness, which is an easy word to say. The energy around it is not so easy as a human being that has felt like a victim. We are not just that, we are the perpetrators too, and the saviors of this beautiful cycle. We play our parts. Forgiveness, grace, honesty, continued unfolding, compassion, self-compassion, allowance, surrender.